Welcome to Lesson 1 of the Mindfulness in Business series. The objective of this lesson is to explore mindfulness, how it evolved, and share some science underpinning it. Mindfulness has been around for millennia and has evolved from ancient contemplative traditions used to calm the mind. I put it to you, you have all experienced mindful moments. Those moments when you're stopped in your track by the beautiful sunset, or in the summertime when you notice the scent of freshly cut grass. Or maybe you are familiar with that little voice in your head giving you every reason not to go for that jog. And it continues to persist at the beginning of your run. But at some point the little voice silences. You are in tune with your body. You are in the flow. You are in the moment. This is mindfulness. Mindfulness is when you are engaged or in the flow of your work. You quieten all the other distractions, notifications, and tune into the task on hand. I would like to update you on some recent history on mindfulness and the reasons for its explosion in popularity over the last 40 years. Jon Kabat-Zinn is one of the many pioneers responsible for introducing mindfulness practices to the West. Working from University of Massachusetts Medical School in the 70s, he noticed some patients were more emotionally broke leaving hospital, particularly those suffering from chronic pain. He found that by giving patients simple mindful exercise, which encouraged them to focus on their present moment experience, even if they were experiencing discomfort, they were better able to shift their minds from the obsessive thinking and worrying to their present moment experience, which resulted in improving their well-being. In his book, The Full Catastrophe of Living, he documents this research, which is one of the catalysts that led to the secularization of mindfulness in the West. It is only recently that the science has caught up with ancient contemplative traditions like Buddhism and Hinduism. To date, there are thousands of research journals being publicized on mindfulness. And in recent years, a growing body of work is focusing on the benefits of mindfulness in the workplace. I would like to bring your attention to a few of them. First one, Halsell and colleagues found that mindful breathing can enhance both the physiological and psychological changes in the brain function. How much time do you think you spend thinking, overthinking and worrying about the future, overanalyzing past events? Research from Harvard found that our brain is wandering almost half our lives. It is important to point out thinking is not bad. We need the conceptual side of the brain. How else would humans have taken a rocket to space? However, if we are incessantly ruminating, getting lost in negative stories, this predisposes us to stress. Mindfulness teaches you to relate more wisely to your thoughts. Research completed by Le Chouin in 2009 found that mindfulness meditation is linked to higher emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, like mindfulness, is a skill that can be strengthened with practice and is a core competency associated with effective leadership. Mindfulness is a universal practice that transcends cultures and religions. However, it is important to stress mindfulness is not the panacea to all your woes. It is not counselling, it is not talk therapy or positive psychology, nor is it just about making ourselves relaxed, although this does happen. Mindfulness is purposely paying attention to the present moment with kindness and curiosity. It is simply bringing attention to the thoughts, emotions and physical sensations that are arising now, which enables you to truly experience the present moment. Being present when eating, listening, touching, speaking, seeing, hearing and smelling. It is tapping into all your senses. It is about being fully engaged with what is arising now. It may be pleasant or unpleasant. However, you are fully living the moment irrespective of the experience. Modern day living has us so caught up in the head that we are losing the ability to tune into the senses. When we are in tune to the senses, we take a break from the conceptual side of the brain, which provides space for creativity, connection, and being present with what is unfolding in the moment. Mindfulness, or practicing being present, is cultivating a healthy approach to managing your thoughts, your emotions, and your physical sensations that are constantly churning within you, and supporting you to be more responsive rather than reactive to whatever unfolds in your life. It is about cultivating a practice that promotes awareness of the moment-to-moment experiences in your life. Often we are so caught up in the head, we lose the ability to recognize and tap into the signals, the messages our body is experiencing. Such skills are necessary in complex, time-poor, diverse work environments. As with any skill, to enhance it, practice is required. Setting time out in your day to formally meditate is an effective way to cultivate mindfulness into your life. Guided meditations are included in the resource pack. When you regularly set time aside to meditate, over time its impact spills over into your daily life. It is a lifelong work in progress. All mindfulness practices consist of 3 core elements. Firstly, practicing mindfulness requires you to consciously make the intention to do so. It can be a meditation practice or a simple 1-minute pause before you start a meeting. Consciously setting time aside, you are intentionally setting a few moments out of your habitual way of working. Secondly, bring a non-judgment to your mindfulness practice. No matter what arises, acknowledge it. Don't push the sensation away. Equally, don't get hooked. Mindfulness helps you to reveal your unconscious biases. Mindfulness is not about eliminating your judgments. It is about understanding them and managing them wisely and with kindness. Finally, mindfulness is experiential. Your experience is unique. Each practice brings new experiences. They may be pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Modern life is causing a disconnect between the body and mind. Often we spend so much of our life in our mind, procrastinating, thinking, avoiding, or wishing things were different, that a disconnect is created between the body and mind. Mindfulness encourages you to loosen the grip on the conceptual self and tap into the senses. The experiential aspect of mindfulness encourages you to tune into the senses and listen to the sensations that are unfolding in your body. Initially, when you start to practice, you will notice an inherent restlessness unfold. This is normal, and with patience, you learn to bring wisdom to how you respond rather than react to the unfolding experiences. Also, it is important to understand there are many ways to informally practice mindfulness. How often have you walked from one place to another and realized you got to your destination with no recollection of the route, what you saw, smelled, or heard? Mindful walking is bringing awareness to the sensation of walking, tuning in to the sensations of each foot connecting to the ground, noticing but not engaging with the sounds, sights, and smells you encounter. Noticing how they land in your body. It is a practice that can be easily weaved into your day. Or similarly, when you are making a cup of tea or coffee, how often are you fully present? Is there the tendency to be procrastinating about something or just mindlessly making the drink? If you have a drink beside you, let's see what it is like to mindfully drink it. I invite you to notice the movements as you bring the cup to your lips to sip the drink, tuning into the sensations of the drink in your mouth and on the tongue, noticing the sensations as you swallow the liquid, noticing the pause between the time you swallow and the next sip of your drink. What does that feel like? Being curious about this simple act of sipping your drink between breaks during your workday is one way to weave mindfulness into your day. Equally apply this practice when you're eating. Presenteeism is being physically present, but your mind space is elsewhere. All our minds wander. It is part of the human condition. However, if done incessantly without awareness, there is a tendency to default into negative thinking, and this is unproductive. No matter what your job is, whether it is washing the floors or solving complex algorithms, bringing conscious awareness to each task enables you to be more engaged with your job. The following tips help you to become more mindful at work. Avoid multitasking. Integrate mindful pauses throughout your day. Paradoxically, by slowing down, you achieve more rather than mindlessly rushing through lots of different tasks. As we now come to the end of Lesson 1 in the Mindfulness in Business series, you will have learned what mindfulness is and techniques on how to integrate mindfulness into your day. I recommend you regularly listen to the Mindful Pause meditation that is included in the resource pack, and the next time you eat, drink, or go for a walk, bring a mindful approach to it. Thank you for taking the time to complete lesson 1 of the Mindfulness in Business series.